portion of the fee to the school for them to give you more access or more time on the portal. So just try, when you turn it on or you log on, make sure you're concentrating and you're learning, because if you just leave it there, your time is running out. Now, once you finish your online learning for 75 hours, even if you don't finish it, like you don't finish the time, make sure you tell the school that, hey, you've completed the module, and they can start to look for an exams date for you, because when you are ready to take the exams, it takes 3 weeks for them to get a date from the transport office, right? And that exams cost you 4,600 Hungarian forints. I'm just looking for the receipts of all these things to show to you guys, right? So the exams for the theory cost 4,600 Hungarian forints, which you have to pay at the driving school, and then they will pay to the transport office, and they will get you the exams days, right? The exams is pretty simple. Like I already mentioned before, you go into the transport office and you sit in front of a computer and just select the correct answers as you think is correct. You can do these exams in English or you can do it in Hungarian. Now, if you pass the exams, good luck, well done. Now you need to go back to the driving school and then inform them that, hey, you've passed the exams, and then now they need to proceed with the next part, which is the practical. But if you don't pass the exams, here's what you need to do. Don't leave the transport office. After the exams are done, speak to the person who was like the examiner or the officer in charge of the exams, and just tell them that you would like to pay to get another date for another exams. You need to do that right there at the transport office, because if you leave, you're just going to waste some more time, because the driving school will need to take your information again and go back to the same place and wait another 3 weeks to be able to get you a date. So if you fail the exams, don't leave there. Just right there in that same office, request for a new examination date for your theory exams. But I'm hoping that you pass. So let's go on in case you pass. So if you pass, that's great. Now at the driving school, they're going to request you to pay for the first 10 hours of your driving practical. So that means that you need to go in there. And I think that there is... No, it's correct. It depends on the price that they give you, because as at then it was 7,000, but I was paying an extra 750 to my teacher because of the timing that I was taking. But now, as at the last time I checked, it was 9,000 Hungarian forints per hour. So that means that for 10 hours, you're going to need to pay 90,000 Hungarian forints at the sports, which will then be for the driving school. But the following 10 hours that you will need to be paying, or the following fees, will be going to the instructor. So it's more likely that you might never be able to just take an exams with only 10 hours, because the instructors also need to make their own money. So you're going to need to take more time. With a good instructor, maybe after 30 hours, you will be okay. One mistake that I made that I already mentioned here is I believed everything I was told in this contract, meaning that, oh, after 29 hours, you could attempt an exams, and you only need 29 hours to go through the practical practice, and then you can pass. But when I actually started with my instructor, I need to show you guys this document. Where is it? When I actually started with my instructor, he showed me a different paper, which is a personal one for him, that actually clearly says that the minimum or the average amount of hours that the students use for them to pass is 55 hours. If that's an average, it means that he's getting students who are spending 100 hours with him. Now just do the maths. 8,000 forints times 100. That's already 800k just for the practice only. So I want you guys to see this. If you can see clearly there, it says driving lessons 188,500, which is 29 hours times 6,500, and they expect you to go 580 kilometers. Never. This was never the case, because when you start with the teacher, they tell you how many hours they expect you to go as per their own rule or their own experience. Plus, I never got 6,500 as the charge, because they said to me when I came back after the pandemic, not after the pandemic, yeah, after the pandemic, they said, oh, it's been more than 3 months. That's what they said to me. But then I reminded them that, hey, look, I finished in February, and I told you guys I was done in February. I registered in November. I was done with the theory in February. You told me to wait till March for the exams. I took the exams in March, and then I had to wait because you told me there was a pandemic. I had to wait till June. Now I get back and I cannot get this price anymore because apparently it's been more than 3 months. So the price that I was getting from this school was 7,000 forints per hour, but I had to pay an extra 750 because of the timing I was taking my teacher. So be careful with these things. They change prices like overnight. So if you're successful at getting yourself a good instructor and starting your practicals correctly, then I think everything will be fine. At this point, if you feel like you can do it well, you can drive properly, your instructor also gives you the go ahead, you need to go now back to the driving school and pay them 11,000 Hungarian forints to get you an exams date. Usually it's in the mornings and you have to go back always to your driving arena. And the examiner comes there, you get in the car, you do all the regular checks, checking the tires, the plate number, the lights, the brakes, the reverse, everything. You check everything, and you need to have a lot of information, especially if they just throw in a random question like, what is the diameter the tires should be, and things like that. You should know. And then you do the practical exams, and if you get to pass this, congratulations, you're now officially a driver. So you can get the paper they would usually give back to your driver, and you can now move around safely and not kill somebody on the road. Okay, so now back to after you get the paper from them, which is just a paper. Basically, this is not your license. Now, the next thing is the driving school would ask you to go to, I think it's the transport office, and it's somewhere in the 13th district, but I didn't do that. So here's my tip on handling after you pass the theory exams. You take the papers, you take your medical check that you had previously done because you need to do the medical check at the beginning. You take your first aid paper, which is a little tiny paper like this. You'll be given this. So you only get this after you successfully pass the first aid exams, because you need to pay 10,000 Hungarian forints was what I paid for the first aid training, and 8,800 Hungarian forints for the first aid exams. And you have to pass it to get a card like this. So you need to take the first aid card, the medical checks from the family doctor, the paper you have received from the exams, from the driving exams, your passport, your address card, your resident card, or anything else that you have. Basically, just take all the documents that you had when you wanted to start to register for the driving license, because they ask for these things as well. And then also they ask that you get your diploma certificates translated, but I don't know why they did it, because I never presented it anywhere. So maybe if you go to the transport office in the 13th district, it might be different, because I didn't go there. And here's my tip on what you should do. Just take this and go to the nearest Komanya Black. Komanya Black is basically the government window, and those who live in Hungary, Budapest, or anywhere else in Hungary, they know exactly what I'm talking about. So you go to the government window, which is like the government office for your district, present these things to them, and they would collect some information from you, your address card and all that, and put it in the system. They would also do your biometrics, so get your fingerprints, they take your photo, take everything that you need, and then they will hand you a piece of paper that actually allows you to drive, but maybe not so far away, but it's like a document that says like you have a license thing ongoing. It looks like that, with your photograph on it and signature and everything. And they tell you that you can drive with this document, but I would say you shouldn't drive with this document at all. Just wait until your passport comes or your driving license comes, which usually doesn't take a lot of time. It takes maybe around a week, and you would have the license at your home because they will post it to you. They give you the choice. They ask you, do you want to come over here to pick up the driving license, or do you want us to post the driving license? So I just chose to get it posted, because I'm like, I don't want to be back in any of these government offices anytime soon. So just send it to my home. So that's how I got the driving license. And one useful tip that nobody told me about is that the validity on your driving license is dependent on the medical check documents that you submit. Let me explain. So I started all this in 2019. So as at that time, and when I was going to take the exams in 2020, I had already done a medical check. I got the documents from the family doctor, because you also have to pay for that, by the way. I got that document. So the date I have there is 2020 or maybe 2019, I don't remember. Now, this affected how long I could have my driving license for. So usually it should be 10 years, but I got lesser because I still submitted the document that I had made since 2020. So my driving license validity was cut short by 2 years because now I was getting the license only last year, 2022 September. Actually, I just checked and I had done this in 2019. So basically, I got 10 years, which now gives me 2029. And that means if I was getting my license that is due in 2029, in 2022, it means I'd already lost 2 years. So my license was now only valid for 7 years. So if you want to change this, what you can do is you can easily go back and pay for another medical check at the family doctor, and then you can get a earlier date or maybe the exact month that you're in, and your driving license will be until the validity of that date in 10 years time. So that's a really useful tip, guys, and I hope it helped you. This was my experience, and this was how I paid 1.2 million because yes, you know, theory was 50,000, theory exams was 4,600, the practical exams was 119 hours and everything else on the side. So guys, this was my little short, it's not really a short story time, it's quite a long video, but I thought I should break everything down and give it to you guys as I got it, because I mean, I've had questions and I just didn't have time to make this video. So this was my experience. You may not have the same experience, but I'm very happy to share my instructor with you, my amazing instructor. Like, I'm rooting for him everywhere, and you can use my driving school. I'm not gonna mention them here or there because why? You know, you can choose any driving school you want, but if you feel like, okay, let me use this guy who got you through the exams one time only, I can give you his contact. Just leave me a comment in the comment box below or send me a personal message. Find a way to reach me. You can drop a comment and I'll respond, and I'll tell you his name and you can contact, and hopefully he can instruct you as well and you can pass your own driving exams. And good luck with driving out there, because honestly, I think that this changing my teacher taught me a lot of lessons with driving, because I mean, driving is a lot of things. Like, you have to be concentrating on the road, on the pedestrians, on the road signs, on the speedometer, on the other drivers, and then you also don't want another person sitting in the car who is distracting or applying pressure, because my first teacher, that man was applying pressure without applying pressure, if you know what I mean, because the guy was, I don't know, let's just leave it at that, but he was applying pressure. Like, he initiated this whole anxiety I started to have about driving. So you're better off not having a teacher that will, you know, make you feel bad. Or I mean, one time I had to snap and I told him, like, excuse me, is it possible that you can try some positive reinforcement sometimes? Because he had never told me about one person passing his exams or his trainings or whatever. Like, it was so bad. Like, the whole negativity was bad. For this reason, I highly recommend my second teacher. And I can give his name really easily, his phone number, and also maybe I don't know, if he changes driving school, probably you can go to a new driving school. But I can also give the name of the driving school. If you live anywhere in the inner city, then this is great for you, because the driving school is right here in the inner city, and they have the instructors all around. So they have the instructors in the Budapest, they have in the 13th district, and I think some other places. So they are spread around the whole place, right? So the driving school is just one thing, and you can easily select any other one. But I'm happy to share his contacts. Just leave me a comment below and just say, please share contacts or something, and I would share his phone number and his name with you, and you can reach out to him, and, you know, hopefully he has space to take you on, because of course he cannot take everybody, but yeah, and hopefully he can help you too. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video and staying until the end. I hope it's been helpful. Maybe I have missed some things out, but if I remember anything else, I would definitely leave it in the comment box, because I feel like maybe I didn't really touch on my experiences and everything properly, but I tried to just give you guys the best and not make this video like 1 hour long. It's going to be really unnecessary. So if you guys have questions, really just send me a message and I will answer them. But until then, I hope that you guys stay safe and you stay well, and the weather is getting better in Budapest, so come outside and have fun and be healthy. And yeah, I'm officially a driver. So I stopped this video here, and I'll see you all in my next video. Wait. Don't forget to subscribe. It will help me and others. No, me. It will help all of us. Just subscribe if you liked this video. Just support your girl. It's not going to cost. On a more serious note, guys, thank you so much for watching this video until the end. And yeah, I'm always available to help out if you have questions. For the ladies in Budapest, you all know where to find me. You can find me on the Black Girl Hair Budapest group or on the Black Girl in Budapest Safe Space WhatsApp group, and I'm happy to answer your questions. Until my next video, my name is Precious, and bye.